Yeah. Cherish that. From a late night, locked down and in solitary, confined to walls of concrete cemetery, hidden souls on a page of lost memories, thoughts and imagery, jail time misery, thoughts remembering all is stretched in the valley of the shadow of death. Night blows full breath and we all forget, but remember to cherish the day. I think back to the times that passed and reminiscing. Sometimes I laugh at the more things change, still staying the same, but still out here.
Cherish the day.
Flashback to the days of our acts when the Jake was running the race, avoiding the trap, the pitfalls, like seesaw, created by Esau, walking the balance beam and trying not to fall. I done seen it all and put my hands in the dirt too. I ain't no different from you. I ain't on no pedestal. I used to act a fool. From playing to selling weed, holding guns, filling lips for fun, counting pigeons for fun, and I ain't glorifying Nate. I'm exposing Satan, praying for faith and patience, and I'll repent till my days end. And that's the real as JK playing, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of sins to work off, and I ain't sure I can afford the cost. Give praise to the boss, and continue to strive to resurrect the lost tribe. All praises to the Most High. Think back to the times that passed. Reminiscing, sometimes I laugh at the more things change, still staying the same. Same trial, same places, same dress, same train. So I meditate on the things true. Do it all out the pain. You and thank Christ for the small things. So to God I pray and remember every day.
Cherish the day. The pleasure or the pain, the sunshine or the rain.
Posted at the mailbox, checks is late. Niggas break when the times get tough for sake. But when times get hard, it's the God we pray. The first shoot, but the most high flow through the bloodstream. Can't but stress a trivial thing. Sometimes niggas fall, but we still give thanks and praise. Cherish the day. Cherish the day. Reminiscing, sometimes I laugh at the more things change. See it staying the same. Same trial, same places, same dress, same train. So I meditate on the things that's true. Do it all like a pen with you. I thank Christ for the small things. So to God I pray and remember every day.
Cherish the day. The pleasure or the pain, the sunshine or the rain. It ain't no question, my sense in our time. I couldn't forget the reason shine. Things in the head, but that names sometimes and all the time. There's a little things we let everything fade by and by. Every way you take it down for a day is for me.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, shalom, peace. Welcome to another episode of DSTM, Don't Shoot the Messenger, late night hype, Friday night lights, as I like to call it. It's not a copywritten phrase. There was a movie called Friday Night Lights, but I'm borrowing it. They steal everything of ours. Why can't I? You know what I mean? All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, White House, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. I pray everybody is blessed and in the house and preparing themselves for a good Shabbat. You dig what I'm saying? So good to see everybody in the house. Shabbat shalom to Bayan and your household. My brothers up there in the Northwest, Uziel, Malachi, shalom to you, brothers. Ashar, shalom to you. The house of Byron, shalom to you and your household. Shabbat shalom to y'all. Kohab, shalom to you. Mama Khan in the house, shalom, shalom, shalom. Shaul Yisrael, Shabbat shalom to you. Indeed, we'll have you in our prayers, brother. We'll have you in our prayers. Bayan Shakal, shalom, shalom. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Shaul Yisrael, I understand your situation, brother, but please don't use this platform to solicit for money on the Shabbat, let alone for brothers and sisters that's on here to learn. I do believe we got an email from you, bro. So we do have you on our prayer list. And if the Most High sees fit that we're able to donate to your cause, you'll see something from us. All right. I appreciate you for tuning in. Anybody else I missed or anybody that's going to be tuning in at a later time, man, Shabbat Shalom to y'all. We're going to get right to it. Friday Night Lights, man. I ain't going to have y'all up too late, but we got some stuff to talk about. It's been a busy week. When we can lift our heads up from the plow and we're looking around and try to see what's really going on around us, we're seeing that the world is really spinning heavy. You got mass shootings going on, multiple, all this week, right? Slow up to his old tricks. We're gonna see what I'm talking about in a minute about all of that. You got pastors out there selling meth. Oh yeah. We're in the last days, man, when these pastors is out here just getting completely exposed and stripped down butt naked for their folly, let alone for the doctrines and the wild stuff that they're coming up with, the Christian dumb. But now they're resorting to drug dealing. You remember that one pastor? What's that brother's name? I don't want to say the wrong name, but it's a pastor out of Atlanta. And if y'all remember, I did DSTM maybe a year or so ago, and he was talking about him growing weed on the church property. And he was talking about he wants the young brothers that's smoking weed to come to his congregation. It wasn't for him to get them to repent. He was saying that he was going to use weed as a tool to bring in the youth. I mean, these cats is wicked as hell. Wicked as hell. Yeah, exactly, Bayan. Going from weed to meth. But a lot of activity going on. Of course, the wars and the rumors of wars is still spiraling out of control. The economy, you know how it goes here. We're gonna cover as much as we can for the evening, and then of course there's always gonna be some more as we go on, and then we'll open up later on some further discussions. But let's get right to it, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long tonight. I know I say that a lot, but it ends up being 2 and 3 hours. But my intentions is right. All right. Let's see here. Let me close that out. Oh shoot. You know what? There was something else just popped in my head. I think I meant to share. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me find this. Found this video. I think it was a video. I think this is it. Let me see here. Oh no, it's a little long. That's okay. But I'm gonna highlight it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna highlight it. Do it that way. All right. So all praises. All praises. So here we go. All right. You know what? Before we even start there, what am I doing? I need to let the Lord speak first. Let's let the Most High speak first. And let's make sure we keep things in perspective. regardless of what the prosperity preachers are talking about, regardless of how the Nation of Islam is co-opted with the Church of Scientology and what they're talking about, regardless of what Kemet's talking about, they're still trying to play in the sand and dig up old bones. Listen, this book that we behold as true is the only one that's talking about what's going on in today's times, right now, in real time, prophesied. That's what held all of us in contempt and said, oh, shoot, this book is real. Our Father who art in heaven, that prayer we always say, Matthew 6:9. We know our Father is real and his word stands firm. 2 Timothy 2:1 says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So when we're looking for a measurement, and we know through 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, we're being told and instructed to measure the time. We know that in the last days, perilous times are going to come. So if we're wondering and measuring our time, we should know that when we're in the latter times of this earth's existence, America, modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, when we want to know regarding the second coming of Hamashiach Yahushua, our Savior, when we want to know about the gathering of the 1/3 in the elect of Israel, the sealing of the 144,000, the deliverance and the exile of the children of Israel from the four corners of the earth and being returned back to our homeland, that's what we're measuring the time for. The Lord said, well, just know that before it gets better, it's going to get worse. Know this, in the last days, perilous times are going to come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Do we not see that happen? Is there not a plethora of videos, social media accounts, the rise of homosexuality to beyond measure right now? I mean, we can talk about the histories of Egypt and all the incest and the sodomy that was going on over there. We can talk about Rome. We can talk about Greece. But America has taken it to heights unknown. Heights unknown. From the transmissions getting serviced. You understand what I'm saying? That being at the top of the pinnacle of the new movements going on right now. You've got all these LGBTQ alphabet people groups picketing, marching, carrying out mass shootings, disrupting peaceful protests, co-opting in the schools. We got that too in Arizona. Over 50,000, I think it's 55,000 students, man, have been preyed upon by this alphabet group. They're after the kids. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, man. I mean, these people are so obsessed with the social media age, man. Hey, follow me. Hey, check me. Follow you. What? And I think I'm gonna follow you, Yahushua. I think I'm gonna follow the Most High. I think I'm gonna follow these laws. How about that? Follow me. Did you check out my Instagram? Look how many followers I have. You understand what I'm saying? Nowadays, I'm hearing and I'm seeing and I'm understanding that, obviously through social media, online, this is how the youth, and even not even the youth, man, this is how people are communicating with each other now. In my day, back in the world, if a brother had to go, he had to have a mouthpiece on him, man. He had to slide up on his sister and have a conversation. You had to go up there, you had to meet, you had to talk face to face. You couldn't be sending DMs. A sister couldn't say, hey, are you on Instagram? Hey, follow me on Instagram. No, it was, yeah, let me give you my number so we can talk. Now, all of a sudden, it's slide into my DMs. Let me see your Instagram page first. How many followers do you have on Twitter or X? Let me scour the internet for his Facebook profile. And this is what creates the vanity within individuals to become lovers of their own selves. You see the sisters out here self-absorbed with their, physical traits, They don't like what they see, or they're being influenced by what they see on TV. They got to go get some work done. Dr. Frankenstein got to slap on the gloves and get to working and chopping and splitting and pumping up. You dig what I'm saying? So we're seeing this at unbeknownst levels right now. It used to be, man, the white women want to look like sisters and getting their, lips done and boob and butt jobs and all the other stuff, man. Now sisters is out here looking like cartoon characters. It be tripping me out. The sisters getting these BBLs, man. It's like you got these toothpick legs and basketball stuck on top of them, man. It's out of control. For men shall be lovers of their own self. So we see that clearly. Covetous, boasters, proud. We're seeing crime go up. People covetous of positions in the street, positions in offices, positions on their social media accounts, positions in churches, congregations, so forth and so on. Boasters. The internet, we always have said, is a gift and a curse. It's been a blessing in the waking up of our people, networking that is created within Israel. All praise to the Most High for that. But always know there's a back door that Satan left open, and he's always sliding in. He's the one sliding in your DMs. He's the one sliding into, your Facebook messengers and all of that. Turning people out, man. Boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. I mean, we see that all day long. These little knucklehead gremlins out here, man, calling themselves Black and Hispanic and Native Americans, man, they not listening to their parents no more. And the parents have given up. Grandmama's raising them. The schools is raising them. They don't care. I seen a video of the sister, man. She was a teacher. I mean, she was brought to tears at how much her interactions with a particular parent. She approached the parent to tell her, hey, your student is acting a fool. He's falling behind. Can we talk about it? I mean, and just the utter rejection from the parent. What you want me to do about it? Ain't that your job? I'll drop them off with y'all. You supposed to take care. Like, what? And then you wonder why the kids are wilding out. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. See, natural affection is between a man and a woman. We don't see that now, right? Doesn't Romans 1 tell us that there are women doing things unseemly and unnatural? I mean, that's heavy right now. Without natural affection, also, we're showing a lot of fake love going on out there. Within our community, or the quote unquote woke Israelites, in the world, so forth and so on. Truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness. See, everybody's writing their own eyes. Everybody thinks they got to figure it out. Oh, forms of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Hey, stay away, back away, put up the wall, abstain from all appearances of evil, as they say. You understand? That's what we need to do. So we see the times we're living in. I mean, y'all can go over that, and you can always, keep coming up with more ideas and understanding and seeing. How can I get more examples? What more examples can I show to prove that we are in perilous times and in what's defined as the last days? Let me read this in 2 Peter. 2 Peter 3:1 says, this second epistle, beloved, I write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. See, that's what we need to be doing, is stirring up our minds, bringing back to our remembrance. See, that's what the Holy Spirit was supposed to do. The Comforter, right? It said it was going to bring all things back to our remembrance, which goes back into us having a divine calling and predestination and providence. See, everybody wasn't built or made to understand this truth, to live, learn it, and apply it, to be examples to the fly. Everybody wasn't made for this. When things are being brought back to your remembrance, man, it's like that movie Total Recall. The guy went to he went to the little experimental thing so he can go live out his little fantasies and all that, and the machine malfunctioned and he forgot who he was, and now he's running around trying to remember who he is, and didn't realize he was used to be a spy. I mean, all that's born identity. I mean, Esau understands these particular concepts, and then he puts it in films and fantasizes it to make it seem as though you're crazy because you start identifying with slavery, the curses, the history, and people on the outside are telling you that's in the past. Leave it alone. Well, who cares about Black History Month? We don't want to. We don't want to reflect on that. We don't need any more trauma in our lives. Hey, what's wrong with you? And you're saying, no, no, these things are being brought back to my remembrance. I feel it. My spirit bears witness that I'm part of this book. That my ancestors were part of this book. That my ancestors died, bled, rejoiced, sang in and around this book. See, Peter said, man, our job is to stir up the pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets. So why are the Christians talking about that the Old Testament is done away with? We're just under the new covenant. You keep talking about that old what? I mean, if you believe Peter, the rock and the head of the church, granted position by Christ, he said to be mindful of the words which are spoken before by the holy prophets. So are we supposed to forget about it? Are we supposed to just hide our heads like ostriches and talk about, oh, we're in the new covenant now? We don't need to worry about the old. They always get shook up, man. Anytime you talk about Numbers, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Genesis. Oh, is that Old Testament? Oh, hold on. We don't go there. Why? Because it will condemn them. That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. So clearly we see that Peter said that Christ endowed them with the power to give commandments, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, right? So that's why we abide by the works and the writings of Paul, Peter, Timothy, John, so forth and so on, right? Verse 3, it says, knowing this first thing we got to remember and listen to and watch for is that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. I mean, this is the time where you see a Christian and a Muslim standing arm in arm out on the street trying to debate a Israelite. This is the time when you start seeing the church trying to band together, having conferences and all kind of things about how to stump a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, how do we debunk Deuteronomy 28? Oh, Israelites should debunk that Christ wasn't Black. I mean, they're holding whole conferences, seminars. I'm sure they got to pay for it too. The church don't do nothing for free. I'm trying to slow down, stop, and halt anything that comes out of the word of truth. I mean, even Kanye is coming back out again. I mean, I'm kind of sick of that dude, man. But you know what? I'll give credit where credit is due. When truth is spoken, he's spoken. That's part of my name, Ahmath, meaning truth. So I have to acknowledge truth when it's said. Even though he's a hypocrite, even though he don't really give a damn about living, being a Jew or an Israelite, knowing is not enough, Kanye, Kanye, whatever name you want to, listen to, man. But even he came out again. What was it at the? I don't know where. I think it was after the Super Bowl. TMZ ran up on him and was like, "Do you regret, what you said about your anti-Semitic remarks and all of that?" And he was like, "Look, Black people can't be anti-Semitic. Black people are the Jews." So we know that narrative. We know and understand that, right? But Kanye already came out and gave his apology to the fake Jews. But I mean, well, let me calm down because before I get any problems with this channel. Oh, by the way, Facebook has done the dastardly deed of deleting my YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, my IQAhmath channel. So they have deleted that channel. I've been warning and talking about it for a long time now. I've been fighting and clawing and scratching and dipping and dodging and ducking and hiding and trying to, get them off my tail. But they finally got rid of that channel. So it's completely removed off of YouTube. If you were subscribed on that as a backup, you will notice that it's not on your subscriptions anymore. All right. The backup channel, there's another backup channel in the description of the video. So again, I would implore you to subscribe there because you never know. This one may fall under jeopardy at some point in time. So check out the other channel. It should be Messengers of the Covenant. What's the name of that one? I think it's called not Reloaded. This is Reloaded. I don't know. I forgot. We just we made it, but it's been kind of sitting dormant. And outside of that, we're gonna Lord willing start uploading and sharing content on Rumble as well. That'll be a future announcement when we get our Rumble channel going. Just got to keep it moving, man. Keep dipping and dodging, man, because Satan's walking around as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So he devoured another channel of ours, but the work must continue. So that, again, is part of the scoffing. You understand what I'm saying? So getting back to the point where Kanye, he comes out and makes a declaration again regarding us being the true Jews and the Semitic people. And the question is he's already made a quote-unquote apology. And so why is TMZ still asking the same damn questions? Do you regret talking about your anti-Semitic comments and scoffing? Much scoffing is going on within our own community. You got people that are against the 12 tribe chart. Listen, we don't subscribe to the 12 tribe chart. We used to teach it for years. But that does not negate the fact that there are brothers who do teach it. They sincerely believe in the chart. They're doing their works to gather the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The chart isn't a salvation-based doctrine. I mean, hell, Israel knew who they were when they was going into bondage and captivity. They knew what tribes they were. So knowing who you are, knowing what tribe you are, that ain't enough to save you. So we may differ on the fundamentals of the chart, but we all agree that Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are the true people of the Lord. So we agree on the most important things, right? So you got people that's, against the chart. So they're causing issues. You got the New Covenant Israelites. They're coming in the community. We ain't got to keep the laws. We're under the New Covenant. Y'all out here wasting your time. You got that one brother that got his little congregation and whatever they doing, and all they do is eat swine. Scoffing and making video. I don't even watch the cat, man, but my son I don't know if he subscribed to the channel or he knows the channel, so he'll go on there and check it out every so often. And I think he said they did I don't know what the brother's congregation or something, but the dude calls himself KD, meaning King David. So he done abbreviated himself to be King David. He's KD now. And all they do is making videos about them eating swine, and just scoffing, rubbing it in people's face. I haven't even seen the video. He's just telling me about this stuff. And I'm like, it's believable because he's gained his little bit of internet fame through scoffing. And y'all probably know who I'm talking about because y'all probably seen it. He went viral and a few camps went at his head, and we said a little something too. But that's what the cat wanted, man. Because if you look at his channel, he didn't do previous videos before this whole little Thanksgiving thing he did. He ain't uploaded a video in like 2 years. Now I'm hearing him making shorts and going live and doing all kind of stuff. So that's, again, men's being lovers of their own selves and scoffing, walking after their own lusts. All right. So you got some that don't want to keep laws no more. Some that don't want Hispanics as part of the 12 tribe legacy of Israel. You got some who saying, "Yeah, we can eat what we want to eat. We're under the law of liberty." I mean, there's a lot of this madness going on within Israel. walking up to their own lust. Remember, we just got to read. Most I said, man, stay away from. That's what we do over here. MOTC, man, we staying away from the BS, man. You stay in our own lane, man. There's less chances that you get lost. You understand? So let me get one more scripture. Let's look at Daniel. Daniel 12:4. Excuse me. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So that's a fact. You know, the words were sealed. The time of our ignorance has been over. That seal has been broken. Which is approximately 350 years, according to the scriptures. The Most High said that we were going to be fed again in the wilderness, where the Most High had a place prepared. This is all in Revelation, the 12th chapter. So here we are in our place prepared for our bondage and our captivity. And there, after 350 years, we were going to start getting our knowledge back. So here we are, the seal of the book. It's been open. Many now is running to and fro. I mean, it's a beautiful thing too. As much as we see the negatives that's going on within our community and the issues that are being arisen and whatever, there's still many running to and fro, man, waking up at breakneck speeds, coming into the knowledge, ready to repent, ready to serve, ready to go out and do the works of the Lord, ready to do their part to seal the elect and gather the lost sheep scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And knowledge is being increased. You know, when I first came into the truth, man, where it was knowledge, you had to really go out there, burn the midnight oil, staying up late night, studying the whole nine, doing what you had to do. Resources. There wasn't no log on to www or Google this or hey Siri, tell me about that. Hey AI, none of that. Giving you instant answers and breakdowns. No, you're going to the library, checking out books, running up, damaging your credit because you ain't returned the books back. You know, swiping out pages out of books, making copies, photocopies or whatnot of books that you couldn't check out. Yeah, certain libraries, man, UCLA, the LA County Library. I mean, there was a lot of libraries. Certain books, man, they wouldn't let you take. You couldn't check them out. They had to stay there. You had to get in there, make copies and all that. Traveling, going to your cats. I know my elders, man. They had to go. The cat that what did he write? One of the Edomites, man. It was one book. I can't remember which book it was, but he was the author of a book, man. They tracked him down, went to his house to scour his library. And the dude was like, oh, come on in, welcome. He was just so happy that people were reading the books that he wrote because obviously it was information. I can't remember this. I got to ask Elder Rashad, man, because he was one of the ones that went. But this was information that now will be cherished. Matter of fact, one book that he threw them as a gift was who was Esau Edom, which is a coveted book within Israel, man. If y'all don't know that book, man, you sleeping. He said, here, man, yeah, you guys can have this one too. Who knows what that's worth on Amazon now? Might be cheap, might be not. But nonetheless, this type of stuff, man. And as we see knowledge increasing through the advent of the internet, research and information, archaeology, so forth and so on, man, is really rising to the top, man. Scholarship is coming up on other levels, man, within the community, man. So we're doing exactly what the scriptures say. Knowledge increasing, right? So before I get to the PowerPoint, I'm about to go there in a minute. Let's always be clear. No way is a brother out here saying that this is it. We're out of here. Strap up. Chariots is awaiting. No. Nobody knows. Just always be prepared. Mark 13:32 says, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man. No. I mean, Yahushua had to repeat no twice. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man. You know, the apostles, I mean, the disciples probably like, what? Nobody? No. Not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, speaking of himself, he said, but the Father. He said, I don't even know when. But I'm on go. I'm ready. The angels are waiting. But the Father. So when Yahweh says, hey, it's time to go. Son, you ready to drip? You ready for that white garment, man, to get drenched in blood of your enemies? Are you ready for those my enemies which would not reign before you, slay them before? You ready for all of that? Then that's what time it is. He said, hey, the children are ready. They've woken up, they gathered themselves together, they're sealed with my mark. It's time to go. Right. So let's see where we're at. Russia is preparing for military confrontation with the West, says Estonia. So we're starting to see, you know, a plethora of witnesses that are all coming out saying that the eventual and inevitable war between Russia and the West is going to come. Man. All you got various NATO nations out there saying it's coming, it's coming. Germany saying we got to get ready. Estonia saying we got to prepare, we got to get ready. Great Britain saying we got to prepare and get ready. I mean, a plethora of NATO nations are saying, listen, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we can't be ignorant to the fact that this is eventually going to happen. Who knows what's going to set it off? When is it going to really go down? I mean, there was just what they're calling like a political prisoner, and a guy who was an anti-Putin um, guy. I don't know exactly what his whole history was. I just noticed this on the news today. He'd been locked up for 2 years and he died in prison, right? So, you know, the narrative already is ran out there. Putin killed him. Putin had him killed. I mean, why now? The dude's been locked up for 2 years. He could have killed him a year ago, 6 months ago. Why all of a sudden now would Putin decide, oh, it's time to kill him? Whether or not it's true, who knows? There's so much propaganda, so much mockingbird media, so much persuasion and propaganda going on. Who knows? All we know is that the media of the West is quick to run with the narrative. Oh, Putin did it. Same way Slow Biden was saying that the rise in gas prices is Putin's fault. Oh, this is Putin's war. Oh, when the two missiles that hit Poland. Oh yeah, Putin did it. Oh, whoops. After further review, Ukraine did it. You understand? Oh, the Nord Stream pipeline. Oh, Putin did it. Oh, guess what? Actually, no, they were U.S. operatives along with Ukrainian operatives, and they did it. So we can't believe what they say. They say, man, how you can tell a politician is lying when his lips are moving. You feel me? So that's really what's going on right now. Slow Biden came out and said, "Oh, we got to use this to. This is even more reason we got to get this money over there to Ukraine and make sure that we take out this evil dictator." And I mean, if that's what it is, man, get to it. Let's make this a reality. Russia against the West, because that just lets us know that the elect is being closer to being sealed, man, and we almost are ready for real tribulation, and Lord willing, we all are preserved and spared in that day and get delivered up out of here, right? So it's not bad news for us, it's good news if that goes down, because it's just going to line up more with what the scriptures say. So Russia's preparing for a military confrontation with the West within the next decade. So there they go again, throwing out these numbers. Remember before they were saying, oh, in the next 20 years. Then the next article I read, they said within the next 7 years. Next article I read, Great Britain said between the next 2 or 3 years. See, they don't know. If you want to keep it at a fair span between 3 to 10 years, okay, they talking about everything going down. I mean, all roads lead towards 2030 for the pinnacle of all the changes that they want to do, from the Great Reset, from the World Economic Forum and the global elite, what they want to do with global dominance and creating a one world system uh, between China and Taiwan. They say they're going to war no later than 2027. You got all the signs of an economic collapse going on, famine, as they're starting to seize and restrict the farming rights over there in Europe. That's why they're out there marching, picketing, protesting, driving tractors down the streets of Germany and down the streets of Sweden, protesting, dumping. Remember, I played that video. They was dumping manure over there at the state capital of where was that at? One of them European countries. I forgot, man. But if y'all remember the video, you know what I'm talking about. He said they've got a lot of buildup going on. Okay. So they talking about in the next decade. So Negro, don't be in your head thinking, oh man, we still got about 10 more years, man. I'm gonna go back in the world, turn up, and everything's gonna be great. I got time. See, that's why Yahushua said, man, nobody knows the day, not even me. Because the disciples would have been trying to prick and prowl and beg and plead and Lord, just tell us when. Little slick Negroes, man, are gonna be like, oh, we got until 2029. I'm gonna repent probably around 2028 fall of 2028. Man, that'll give me a good solid 3 months. And then Lord willing, man, His grace and mercy, man, come up on us, and I'll be in there too. Cut up and act a damn fool for the next 5 years, huh? You think that's gonna work? No. That's why we can't know. You gotta stay the course. As my elder Shaf always says, stay due course and endure until the end, as Yahushua told us. Continuing on, it says a growing number of Western officials have warned of a military threat from Russia to countries along the eastern flank of NATO, calling for Europe to get prepared for rearming. And we've been seeing that. NATO's doing their biggest war drills in centuries. Maybe not centuries, but that's it's a little extra. In decades. How about that? It might be the biggest ever. I can't recall if that's a fact on the headline, but I do, and y'all remember I've shown a couple of articles last year, and once they put it into effect in January. I even played the video with the guys from NATO talking about, oh, let's not pretend that we're not in a time of there's not a time of peace right now. It would be a good idea for you to get some water and a battery operated radio, and he said to at least prepare for the first 3 days, the first 72 hours. Hopefully you survive through that. You seen the article I had last week where they was talking over there in NATO again, and they were saying, look, let's not be fooled. When this war jumps off, everybody's going to be involved. It ain't just going to be the military. That was like, hey, man, you can't sit at home. You're going to have to be prepared too. Remember, they over there recruiting and got a draft going over there in Ukraine. They picking cats up from the barbershops and everywhere, saying, "Come on, let's go." But isn't that what they said in Joel? In Joel 3, he said, "Look, you have to beat them plowshares." Look, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let this weak say, I am strong. So you talking about a draft? You talking about individuals who thought, oh, that's what we got the army for. They're going to fight the war for us, man. I'm trying to still go back to the club. Oh, no. You Negroes running around here popping pills and can barely, see straight because you sipping lean all damn day. They're going to whip your asses into shape and tell you better get out here and fight. Or else, So this is the times that we're in right now. And what's to come. So let's move on. Well, you know what? Let me read the rest of this because this is interesting too. The chief of the intelligence service said that the assessment was based on Russian plans to double the number of forces stationed along its border with NATO members, Finland and the Baltic states of Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. Finland, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. We're gonna read the article in a minute, man. They getting bunkers together. They arming up, man. These three border countries are saying, look, it's going down. Poland had already said it's going down. They already got Ukraine, cracking. So Russia already is being surrounded. If you're really looking at it, maybe I'll find a little map real quick. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a good little map. No. So here we got Finland over here. What was I say? They said Latvia. This ain't a good map. I thought this one. Let me see if this one more. Hold on. Yeah, the trans Caucasus, huh? Wonder what that's about. Yeah, I can't find a good enough map that's gonna outline all them countries, but let me try to see if I can get a decent visual for y'all, man. You know, the scriptures say, man, the Jews require a sign. Here we go. This is a decent one right here. So, this is where we're seeing all of the neighboring countries, man, that are arming up, getting ready. See, this Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, and they're talking about the Baltic states near Finland. So when we go back over here, here's Finland up in here. You got Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, down here, Belarus, which is part of Ukraine, which I believe Russia done already got back. But they're being surrounded right now. And these are all American allies, all part of the West, all part of NATO. They're all closing in, arming up, and they're saying, oh, Russia's going to attack us. What do you think Russia's going to do? Russia's looking at them as the threat. It's almost like that old scenario they say suicide by cop. It's like you want to get bombed. You want to get shot. So you saying, shoot me, hit me. Until the cop is like, man, I had no choice. You kept forcing me, man. You keep sliding in closer. I keep hearing about you getting these arms and drones, and you're getting more money and funding from America, and America don't like us, and I can't trust what y'all are doing. So as Tupac would say, you got to bomb first. Literally. Continuing on, Russia has chosen a path, which is a long-term confrontation, and the Kremlin is probably anticipating a possible conflict with NATO within the next decade or so. Kwapo Rosen told reporters at the release of Estonia's national security threats report. Let's move on. Things are going badly for Ukraine, really badly. I mean, we've talked about that until nauseam. We've been saying that for who knows how long, that Ukraine is losing the war. They ain't been winning this thing since it jumped off, regardless of how much the press and propaganda been running out there talking about, oh, the brave Ukrainians who are out there fighting the mean, bad Russian bear. They're fighting with all they got, and they're winning. They've killed hundreds of thousands of Russians. Where is those stories at anyway? All of a sudden now that's all changed. You remember that? Around last year, man, you couldn't find a story that wasn't saying that the Ukrainians was out here just slaughtering the Russians and making them look bad. And, now a lot of things has changed. So we're not falling for that, man. They said that the troops got shortages on ammunition, bodies. I mean, they got mass graves going on over there in Ukraine, man. We've seen what they're doing with the recruiting that we just talked about, man. It's looking bad over there. And what's America do? Give them more money. More money. And Jakes is over here freezing to death out in the cold, homeless, getting laid off, jobless, waiting 2 and 3 weeks for unemployment checks to, get qualified, and hoping that they can get a little something to keep things going. Inflation out of control. Groceries ain't the same what they used to cost. And they say, man, go give these damn humpback Edomites over there in Ukraine, man, some more money to throw down the drain. I believe that's hush money was going on, man, because the business deals that Slow Biden's son had going on, the dope fiend, and Slow Biden's name being involved. Slow Biden is like, look, man, they're shaking them down. Slow Biden is a trick. All they got to do is whisper. Oh, how much? Okay, hold on. Let me write it out. I'll get it approved. Don't worry. Because really, they throwing money down the drain. But it's all good because that is only leading to the more weakening of America. When you're already over $33 trillion in debt, and they just keep on writing more blank checks. I mean, come on. Eventually, this bubble got to pop. Let's move on. International Brigade to the rescue. So look who's coming in helping the war. U.S., British, Canadian, Irish, and Australian fighters storm frontline trenches, killing 22 Russians while being bombarded with suicide drones. What did Slow Biden say over a year and a half ago? We're not sending troops over there, but let me be clear, folks. When you start sending planes, trains, and you know what? See, I was gonna go there. Y'all seen it before. Let me hold on. See, I want to make my point. Let me see if I can find that video. I remember Slow Biden saying that when you start seeing planes and tanks and what did he say? That's called World War III. Can't kid a kidder. What does that dude be talking about? That dude's a damn weirdo. Thought I had to save it on my computer. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Do I not? I ain't got time to be looking for it, man. But y'all remember the video. Slow Biden said, and he made mention that he said, and if they're being operated by U.S. troops. So not only F-16s, tanks, U.S. troops being over there, now they're openly admitting that they're over there fighting in the war. So, I mean, at what point in time, man, is America going to say we are in a world war? We're fighting over there against the Russians with Ukraine. We're over here fighting Syria, Iraq, Yemen. We're borderline getting ready to go head to head with Iran. At what point in time they're going to say we're in a world war? You're on two sides of the east of going east in Europe, and then you're going over to the quote unquote Middle East, carrying on, but still won't say that they're at war. Very interesting. U.S., British, Canadian, Irish, and Australian fighters are on the front line trenches. Frontline trenches. Slow Biden says that qualifies for World War III. I didn't say it. He did. Oh, here we go. World War III fears grow with Armenia and Azerbaijan now on the brink of a full-scale war. So they're going at it again with, civil wars and civil issues going on amongst them, man. But this is all judgment of the Most High. We know what Mark said in Mark 3. We talking about the whole kingdom of Esau, man, being taken down. Taken down. How's it going to happen, man? Internal warfare. You know, because the blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, man, we don't have the firepower. We don't have the technology. We don't have the money to go to war with these nations, man. So the Most High is going to turn them on each other. But the Most High says he's going to take a nation and replace him with a. Let me get that in Sirach 10. Most High said he's going to pluck up a nation. Is it Sirach 10 he said that? Or is it Daniel? Sirach 10. 10 and 7 and 8. We read this one before. Pride is hateful before the Most High, man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? That's how the Most High is dealing with it. In Jeremiah 18 and 7, it says that what instance I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy it. So this is all by the works of the Most High. When we see Esau going at it with itself, internal warfare, fighting and striving over lands that that ain't even theirs, right? Because to keep it real, the Most High said he made the earth for our sakes, right? So it goes beyond the land of Israel. So the Most High is getting ready to pluck up these nations, man. Getting back to Mark, 3rd chapter. And he says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So the kingdom of the Edomite kingdoms that he's got established, man, they're divided against themselves. They cannot stand. They will fall. Verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So the judgment is clear. When the Most High said that he's getting ready to pluck up these nations, you're out of here. We're seeing the works play out right in front of us. Lamentations 4 says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. So this is the wrath and the cup of indignation that the Most High is going to make Esau drink. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So the Most High is going to strip him down. He's going to be stripped naked. He's going to be exposed. The wrath of the Lord's drunken wrath, it's going to strip him down naked, man. He's going to be completely transparent. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So our punishment and our iniquity is accomplished. Isaiah 40 tells us the same thing. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So this is our last captivity. We're not going into bondage under the damn Chinese. You're not going into bondage under damn Arabs. This is our last captivity. Look, man, if the so-called white man is not Edom and he's the Arab, we still got another captivity to go through. We're in trouble. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. So they're going to be exposed. And they're going to face judgment for it. And the Most High is plucking them up. So when you see Azerbaijan and Armenia and Ukraine and Russia, I mean, these are all the same people at one point in time. Now they're all going to war with each other. Satan divided against Satan, man. Nation again. I mean, Esau done turn on itself. The biggest enemy being the West, another Edomite nation of power, the great whore to be exact. So they got to fight that one. But what is it all leading to? World War III, which lets us know that what? World War III, you know, they used to say, man, that World War I was the war to end all wars. Little did Esau know that ain't the case. Second Ezra 6 and 9 says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So clearly, if we're talking about World War III and complete annihilation of the nations, man, this got to be the end of Esau and the rise up of the children of Jacob to follow. When we're dealing with all these end time prophecies, World War III, destruction, and so forth and so on, it's the scriptures letting us know Esau, Edom is going to be in power at that time. And here they are right now. And here we are talking about wars where multiple nations have the ability to destroy the entire earth within a matter of minutes by launching multiple ICBM missiles, man, armed with nuclear warheads. They could multiple. Russia has the power to destroy the entire earth. America has the power to destroy the entire earth. China, Pakistan, you know, North Korea. Multiple nations had the power to destroy everything on the earth right now. And who's in power? Esau, man. So we know this is the end, and we know who the so-called white man is. Fears of World War III, just dealing with Armenia and Azerbaijan alone. Let's continue. Bible prophecy is coming true as claims billionaires build huge underground bunkers. Oh, now you got mainstream news talking about Bible prophecies now, huh? Imagine that. We all know about Mark Zuckerberg. You know, they noted here. Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg is the latest billionaire to build a bomb-proof bunker, as podcaster Christina Randall claimed some of the world's richest appear to be fulfilling a biblical prophecy. Well, we know about that. Have we read that one before in Revelation 6? Or is it 9? Revelation 9, I think it's 9 to 16. No. I think it's 6. Revelation 6. Mm-hmm. See this? Revelation 6:15. And the kings of the earth, that's what they talking about. The elite, the billionaires, the rulers, the power structure, kings of the earth and the great men, you know, the political heads who they got in their pockets, you know, and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men. Of course, they're gonna need security, they're gonna need armored redoubts to take the, you know, to watch over their compounds. Because you know, when I think Zuckerberg, he's building his in Hawaii. And you know what? In a gang of damn white folks building them, they using that labor from 10 tribe, you know, Northern Kingdom, Hispanics building these things, and they know where is that. When the proverbial ish hits the fan, they know exactly where it's at. You don't think they gonna go and invade? Oh, I know where they hiding at. I know where it's safe at. They know where it's at. So Slakia, they know where it's at. So they're gonna need some guards. They're gonna need some people to watch out. Because you know damn well Jake's gonna be like, man, I built that place. I know where he's at. Rich men, the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So you see multiple people, man, buying islands, buying up these bunkers, right? They're all involved in it. So now you're seeing even the news is talking about, oh, Bible prophecy being fulfilled. They're out here. Bible prophecy being fulfilled. They're out here buying bunkers. I mean, some of these bunkers, man, is laid out. I'm sure some of y'all might have seen some online. They've got a couple of different videos and news reports of these cats, man, but building these bunkers, man. They got everything that you can need under there. Grocery stores, filled with the sustainable foods, pools, movie theaters, kitchens, flat screen TVs, bunk beds, workout rooms. I mean, I've seen it all. They even got windows that have uh, settings on them that give you the visual as if you're looking outside, so that you don't miss the surface earth. You can set it to look like it's snowing outside. You look at the windows, man, look like it's snowing outside. Set it to springtime or it's a sunny day out, just to keep your mind focused and thinking like, oh, I'm really not 200 feet underground. To give you a little taste of home. Look at this in Isaiah. 2, it says, in that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made, each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. They're going to realize that all the idols, all the money, everything else that they had is not going to be worth a damn. When the bombs start dropping, when the retribution of the chariots and the retribution of Israel comes to pass, they ain't going to have none of that, man. They going to get rid of all the little idols, all the false gods and the deities, the Baphomet statues, the money. All that's going to be gone. And what they going to do? To go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged hill rocks for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Well, they're going to definitely get the earth being shaken terribly, not only via earthquakes, but through bombs. They're all going to be trying to hide and run, right? So is Bible prophecy being coming true? You dang straight. The big thing. Everybody, you got some money, man. Catch out the buy bunker. I seen the rapper Rick Ross talking about he was getting a bunker. And he's talking about, yeah, Zuckerberg, you got a bunker. I'm about to build one too. Mine's gonna be better than yours. And whether or not he really doing it, or if he's trolling, who knows? But a Negro ain't stupid. In the back of their mind, they like, hey man, shit might go down. They rubbing elbows with these billionaire Edomites, man. The Edomites tell them, hey, our time is short. and you notice it said the bond man and the free. You might want to invest, or you can come on over here with me. I could use a good servant if you want to survive. You see the rise of all the end time movies popping up. So they know what time it is, man. Esau's not stupid, but they're gonna let a nigga think, oh, ain't nothing going on, man. Keep popping the pills, keep fornicating, keep sipping the lean, smoke the weed, hallucinate. That's why they're making all these laws talking about, they might legalize hallucinogenic, get it right, hallucinogenic drugs, just like they legalize weed. Keep everybody in the smoked out days where they can't think straight, or too damn lazy, or too unfocused to lock in on something real. You see them running around with these damn VR goggles on, wire heads plugged in, walking around in the streets looking like some damn maniacs, living in the metaverse. And meanwhile, Esau said, man, things is real out here, man. I'm getting ready up. You think it's gonna blow up and die? I'm gonna get ready. He thinks he is. There ain't no escaping, man. He's gonna get put to death. Continued on, bunker down. NATO countries to build bunkers along border with Putin as Europe warned to ramp up weapon stocks to wartime levels. So again, we see another reinforced article regarding what's going on over there in Estonia, Latvia, and all of them. They saying they're over there building bunkers too. As a result of the carnage caused from the Russian president's 2-year invasion of Ukraine, the defense ministers of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia have agreed to take action to avoid a similar fate. The trio of Baltic nations will construct an extensive network of fortifications along the borders with Russia to deter Putin invading their countries. They're saying the cost is going to come out to 60 million. I don't know what currency that is. I don't know if that's euros, rubles, or whatever, but you see the cost. The construction will begin in Estonia with its government planning some 600 bunkers grouped around the border, crossing points of Narva into the north and Voru in the south, Newsweek reports. So they're over there building bunkers. America, This place is too busy. They're talking about building a wall to try to stop some jakes from coming up in here. And speaking of that, I'm gonna show a video in a minute, just a little bit. They saying, man, the biggest invaders that's coming through them walls, I mean, coming through them cages, man, is a damn gooch. Moab, China. But they plaster in the faces of the Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters out there. But we're gonna see that in a second. More lies. Now here we go. I said it what 2-3 months ago about the mass shootings. I said, oh, expect more. I'm going on record that it's going to be happening. 2024 election year. They need something to talk about. They need to, bring up gun control. They activate the sleeper cells. If not, they just allow and get, lackadaisical on security. They're allowing a lot of this stuff to go down right after the Super Bowl. All of y'all know, you've seen it. It's par for the course, man. I told y'all it's going to go down. And here we go. One dead. I think they said 20 shot and injured. This they ended up saying was a dispute between a couple of teenagers. I mean, these cats is bringing in AKs at the damn parade, and nobody noticed this. Sometimes they say, man, when they utilize these operatives, I'm not saying that that's what happened here, but this is what happens, man. They get these cats, man, mentally ill. Cats coming out on parole, telling them, "Oh, we'll wipe your slate clean, and you can have immunity from your crimes and all of that, man. But we need you to go out here and stage a shooting. Don't worry, there's blanks in the gun. Some Manchurian candidate type stuff. Cats go out there, man, thinking they go, and if you notice on here, man, they got the two kids, and the last I read, an article earlier today, it said that there was no charges filed as of yet. But they said, oh, but once they do bring up the charges, they're just going to charge them as adults instead of teens. I mean, if they got caught in the act, man, how come the charges ain't already been understood? Murder, attempted murder, firearm charges, and the whole nine. But the last I read, they said they hadn't been charged yet. So who knows? But nonetheless, the narrative stays the same. Expect more. I'm going on record again. Expect some more within the next 6 months leading up to this election. Look at it. This is all from this week. Y'all heard about the confused Northern Kingdom woman, Genesee Yvonne Moreno, who's non-binary, or she clearly it says she's schizophrenic in this article right here. See, female shooter Genesee Moreno at Joel Osteen's megachurch is schizophrenic, who Munchausen by proxy, who legally purchased an AR-15 despite being known to the cops for mental illness. Now, notice this: she's mentally ill, schizophrenic, and they also saying that she's non-binary. She identifies as a man and a female. She's part of the alphabet committee. But they don't want to say that they're mentally ill. They don't want to call them schizophrenics. You feel what I'm saying? So she's a transformer who's mentally ill and schizophrenic. That should tell us something about that whole group. But she goes in there, the kid got shot. She gets put to death. Excuse me. At Joel Osteen's church, of all places. I'll save my personal comments for what I wish had happened. But it wasn't in the will of the Lord. Three DC officers were wounded in the shooting while making an animal cruelty arrest. Suspect is in custody after an hours-long standoff. That was just on Wednesday. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That was on Wednesday. The Joel Osteen church was Sunday. The parade was what was excuse me. Dang. Pardon me, y'all. So you had the shooting at the church on Sunday, the parade on Monday. Excuse me. The DC officer getting shot for animal cruelty on Wednesday. I mean, every day. You got what was this? Tuesday the 13th. Car slams into an Austin hospital, leaving one person dead, 5 injured, with horror pics of a crumpled wheelchair and debris covering the ER. People utilizing their cars as weapons, crashing into the ER in Austin, Texas. 1 dead, 5 injured in the shooting on the platform. It's embarrassing, man. I'm over here with these hiccups. I ain't had hiccups in a long time. 1 dead, 5 injured in the shooting on the platform in the Bronx. Good Lord. And that was on Monday. So this is just 5. Well, let me see. Yeah, 5. 5 shootings or mass deaths, you could say, or close to, all within a week. All within a week. And you notice when it's the 1 dead, 5 injured in the Bronx, when niggas and spicks is involved, and I'm gonna put it that way because that's how they look at us. It's not looked at as a mass shooting. Let me try holding my breath. Don't they say that gets rid of the hiccup? Or close blocking your ear? Hey, maybe that worked. Get back to the point. But when you notice that it involves our people, you notice in Chicago, LA, New York, Memphis, when multiple people get shot, it's not a mass shooting, man. It's just, a tragedy, a statistic. Oh, it's just niggas and spicks shooting each other, man. No big deal. Let a couple of white folks die, man. All hell breaks loose, man. It's a mass shooting. We need to get the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Army Reserves, everybody on deck. Slow Biden's quick to jump out and make a statement immediately. None for our people though, right? Here he goes. Here he goes immediately. Biden says Kansas City Super Bowl parade shooting should shock us, shame us into acting, and urges Congress to enact gun law. Oh, wow. Look what he's talking about already. Gotta enact new gun laws. I mean, they're already talking about being able to have ammunition as a privilege, let alone being able to have a firearm as a privilege. And if you got one, we want to be able to regulate it. We want to register. We want a background check. We want to see everything you're doing. We're going to up the price. We're going to double your taxes. Because when all hell breaks loose, man, they're not going to be, they're tracking everybody down, man, knowing what you got, preparing themselves. And best believe, when the ish hits the fan, as they say, 911 ain't answering, man. Trust and believe. As a youngster, when I was coming up in the 92 riots, the police was not doing a dang thing, man. We was out running the streets, looting, taking whatever we wanted. I mean, police was just driving past, turning the other way, cowtailing and getting the hell back to their homes to protect their families. Cities is getting burnt down. I mean, the store owners, the damn Koreans and all them, they had to defend their stores themselves because they couldn't depend on the police. So I already know when things really go down, and believe me, that 92 riot, the whole city was turned up. I mean, fires everywhere, people all over the streets. Y'all seen them videos and seen the movie, I mean, the documentaries and straight out of Compton movies, and it was like that. So when you talking about massive riots in the streets, tanks on the streets, man, curfews, that's what was going down. And I seen the police is not coming in to protect, help, save you at all. So for the Negro that's sitting at home saying, man, if they bother me, I'm calling the cops. Negro, the cops are gonna be like, I got my own family to worry about, man. The hell with this damn badge. Who knows? This could be the end of everything. If it's going down like that, I may not even get a paycheck in 2 weeks. But I know damn well I better get home and protect my family. Certain places they were making sure that they had lockdown and they wasn't letting Jakes come up in. But for the most part, everything else was, hey, do whatever you want. They gave up at that point for 3 days. So imagine when it really goes down. So this is why they talking about, man, make sure you get them guns and make sure that, man, Jakes was hitting them pawn shops and getting weapons up out of there, army surplus stores. When that was when they was having guns and all in the army surplus stores. Jakes was raiding everything, man. I mean, weapons was full blown out on the streets, man. Jakes had the peace treaty with the gangs. That was mostly on the east side and Watts and all of that, but mostly all the gangs, kind of acquiesced with it for a little while. You talking about real peace in the streets, man? That was the first time I really seen blacks and Hispanics, man, quote unquote, black and brown, really rocking together. And once I seen that power, I said, man, and I came into the truth some years later. I was like, I seen it. I understand what is going when Northern and Southern come together. We are unstoppable, and that was in wickedness. That was in our complete knuckle dragging, savage state. And America, or at least California, LA, was shook to death, cowered down to some savage jakes in the streets. Imagine when we armed with knowledge, understanding, wisdom, and the power of the Most High and Yahweh Shai and the angels. It's over. Sorry to go off on a tangent, man, but I just had a flashback and I was just like, gun laws, man, please. This is what they're trying to prepare for and prevent. So all these events is always utilized to, we got to get these guns up. We got to get them out their hands. Playbook has already been written, man. Slow Biden's just going along with it. Look, this is how slick this dude is. Special counsel charges FBI informant with lying to the Bureau about Hunter and Joe Biden. So they're trying to clean up his image, clean up all of the evidence and everything they've been showing about the laptop and Hunter Biden's involvement with the shady deals with Ukraine and China, and was Slow Biden, the quote unquote, the big guy that they were hiding his identity in various emails and communications on the laptop. And all of a sudden now they've got an FBI informant that pops out and says, I lied to the FBI about Hunter and Joe, man. Those are good guys. It just so happens that they want to kind of clean up Slow Biden's image, man, and try to help the dope fiend Hunter Biden. I mean, they still got an unsolved mystery with weed and coke at the damn White House. Are you gonna say that nothing's going on? Slow Biden this dude is he got some powerful cats, man, on his side, man, trying to keep his old ass up. They shooting him up with vitamin B shots in his butt and performance enhancing drugs, man, to get him out there so he can hopefully, speak for a good 10 minutes without getting lost on stage and falling on the ground and falling up the stairs and everything else. But his controllers and the elites that fund him, they make sure, man, they're trying to get this dude another 4 years. He ain't gonna make it, but they trying. So they got some FBI informant all of a sudden popping out saying, oh, you know what? I lied about them, to try to make it seem as though these are good guys. I'm gonna drop down right to the last paragraph. It says the 37-page indictment alleges that Smirnov had been a confidential human source for the FBI since 2010 and, quote, provided false derogatory information to the FBI about both Bidens after Joe Biden became a candidate for president in 2020. Oh, so come on, man. Y'all see the foolishness going on here. Y'all see the foolishness going on. All of a sudden, the same FBI that said shook down Facebook and told them the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian propaganda, and you make sure that you say it on your platforms and suspend any accounts and tell us about the accounts who's promoting that. You remember when Mark Zuckerberg said, yeah, the FBI told me to do it. They're the ones, yeah, I'm very sorry that it actually was true, but I mean, they told me that we can't have that on our platform. Remember that? Now the FBI apologized and said, we got an informant that was lying about Slow Biden, man. He's actually a good guy. I mean, this is complete folly and foolishness, man. Look at it. George Soros, poised to control 220 radio stations via a $400 million Odyssey bailout, stoking fears of progressive billionaire running second biggest U.S. network during the 2024 election. So this is one of Slow Biden's controllers with the money, you know. Don't the scripture say, man, the love of money is the root of all evil? Money answereth all things in Ecclesiastes 10, I believe in 16. So Soros comes in and says, I'm gonna pay this $400 million Odyssey, I'm gonna bail him out. I'm gonna purchase all 220 radio stations so that he can start utilizing these stations to propagandize for Slow Biden. So now they controlling the airwaves. You got fake, informants popping out saying, "Oh no, Biden's really good." Hillary Clinton's jumping on the bandwagon. She jumping out talking about how great a job Slow Biden has done as a president, and she's Camp Biden. You got Michelle Obama running out. He's backing and doing commercials and even speaking for Slow Biden. I mean, I seen the commercial, man. Obama is standing right next to Biden, and Obama's doing all the talking for Slow Biden. And Slow Biden's standing there like a mannequin. I mean, this dude is the golden demon for America. But we know if he stays in, man, we're good to go. Because he's done a splendid job of, collapsing America. So hey, let him in. Him or Trump, I don't give a damn. They're both demons, man. Both of them are gonna spell doom for America. Just leave it at that. All right. So we see he's getting radio. He's getting his little $1 billion controllers, buying up radio stations for him. FBI working for him. I mean, they doing all kind of folly, man. All of a sudden, mass shootings is jumping off, giving them another platform to stand on and say, "Look, I'm here to protect you. We got to put these gun laws into." Playing on the heartstrings of America as usual. They know what they're doing, man. It's ridiculous. Look at this, Farmageddon, how the Biden admin's European-style net zero push for royal U.S. agriculture jack up fuel and fertilizer costs and make families spend $1,300 more on groceries. And he says he's done a great job with America, the economy. America ain't had nothing but the worst damn recession and inflation since damn near the Great Depression under his watch, involved in multiple wars under his watch, a plague that then completely collapsed multiple businesses, schools, and mental health issues jumping up. I mean, he says he's done a great job. All the bills that he signed, what bills? The bills says, increasing the debt, sliding off more money to your constituents over there in Ukraine and everywhere. I mean, come on, man. This dude is a damn liar. All day long. Now, let me plug my computer. Hold on. Now, he's trying to impose the same control, climate control issues that they're going through in Germany, Sweden, and all of that, and in Europe, all the issues that they're pushing out the organic farmers and telling them that their means of farming is unsafe for the earth. We need to control that, put you out of business. They're trying to bring the same things over here. Good old slow Biden. Everybody ready for $1,300 more on groceries, or is it enough right now? You understand what I'm saying? Shoot, I told you I'm gonna be an immigrant moving to New York and give me one of them $1,000 cards, bodega cards. $1,000 is more than I'm spending on groceries a month. I'll be set. What? Near my house, give me $1,000. I'll tell my kids, hey, both of y'all get them cards too. 3 racks for groceries? Oh, please. That's what they doing over there in New York. But here they are talking about jacking up fuel and fertilizer costs and can make families spend $1,300 more on groceries. This is what's coming down the pipeline. And they're going to say, well, oh, guess what? You can have a universal basic income. You already know the routine. You're going to have your money, your digital credits and your carbon credits slid into your card every month. Because the average Joe Schmo who's not going to, just like they're saying in New York, those cards is only good at the bodegas. The same way they're going to say, hey, your universal debit card, world ID, whole shebang, that's only going to be good for government grown purchased foods that are sustaining the climate. Sustaining the earth. You can't go to your farmer's market. You can't go to Joe Schmo down the street with the organic garden and he's selling stuff out of his house. No, that's not going down. That will not work. So look at this. Biden administration European-style climate policy will jack up costs for U.S. farmers, leaving families spending $1,300 more each year on costlier groceries, a new report warns. Researchers at the Buckeye Institute, an Ohio-based free market think tank, say diesel, propane, and fertilizer costs will rise thanks to the federal government's climate measures. Farmers will push these costs onto consumers, meaning cheese, beef, and other everyday basics will cost as much as 80% more, raising a family of four's annual grocery spend by $1,300. So because they're getting ready to make it more expensive for the farmers to do their jobs, the cost of diesel, propane, fertilizer is going to mean that they got to up the ante in the cost for their goods that they're selling. So who's going to end up having to pay? You and me. You understand? So this is what Slow Biden has got coming down the pipeline. Give him another 4 years. You think Jake's is struggling right now? Just give it some time. UK tips into a recession and a blow to the Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak, I think he's the prime minister of the UK over there. So the UK's economy is already completely fell into a recession. So they're all jacked up over there as well. Right? So we're talking about global and world economies are all crashing. We see what's going on with all the banks crashing, multiple. You've got all different kind of fronts of where this whole thing could be collapsing from. Be it economic, be it famine and food, or just flat out war. You still got disease X and pestilence that's still alive and kicking. So there's multiple triggers that can get pulled to really, have this thing go off the edge. But who would have knew? Who would have thought, man, the UK is in a recession right now. So you're talking about going back into the damn times of the Great Depression. The UK economy fell into recession at the end of last year as hard-pressed households cut back on spending amid the cost of living crisis and a heavy blow to Rishi Sunak's promise to kickstart growth. So here, he's over there in the UK talking about he's going to get the economy back on track. That's failed so far. They're over there struggling. You had the new president of Argentina, that weird-looking dude. He says he's going to get Argentina back on track. He's done nothing of the sort. They're on the verge of collapsing protests over there. They're talking about inflation going up to damn near 500% by the end of the year. So you got these global leaders, man, who are jumping into these lemons, political lemons, just like a broke down car, thinking that they're going to be able to fix it and get it moving. Hey, man, that thing is a lemon. It's over with. You're not driving off. If you do take off, it's bound to break down sooner or later, man. It's sabotaged and rigged. So we're going to see global collapse probably sooner than later, economically. Let's continue. Look at this. Democrat Representative Barbara Lee calls for a $50 minimum wage in California. Residents can't get by on $104,000 a year. That's about right. I mean, you have to have. I mean, it's California. You'd be primed to have a two-income household to make it. One income alone, unless you're making six figures, you're in trouble. But this lets you know where the inflation is going on with the dollar. She's saying $50 minimum wage. That is only a sign of inflation. That's only a sign of a recession. When the dollar is not worth what it used to be, you don't need $50 an hour unless the dollar ain't worth what they say it is in California. I remember in it was whatever it was, maybe 2008, 2010. I remember Obama had got the I think it was Obama got the minimum wage in California. They signed it into law. They said by 2018 it's going to be $17 an hour, and people was hyped up. Oh man! I said, well, that's damn near 8 years from now, or less than. I said, by the time we get to that point, $17 an hour is going to be the same as $10 an hour that you're doing right now, because everything's going to be up by then. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened, and it's even worse. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. But we see here, Democratic Congresswoman, let me pop that back. She talking about $50. I mean, that's the same as saying the Negro's going to give reparations. Come on. The federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. I mean, that's unreal. Living out here, $7.25 an hour. That's the federal. So majority, I guess, federal states or states in the country, is minimum wage $7.20. It ain't been $7.25 out here since probably late '90s. And people thinking, oh, I'm going to California. That minimum wage $16. Hey man, listen, $16 an hour in California, you not forget about it, man. You might as well be making $7.25 where you at, struggling. Don't get caught up on the numbers, because the numbers is fake. Democratic Congresswoman, she talking about $50 an hour. That ain't happening. All right. But it just goes to show you, man, where the recession, I mean, where the inflation is at, the value of the dollar, especially in California, man, it ain't the same. The dollar don't stretch as long as it does out here as it would somewhere else. Now look at this. Florida officials blast Miami school about permission slips for Black History event. And they talking about that there is no racism. There is no we're all one people. I mean, you hear these Christians, man, running around talking crazy about how things aren't what we think they are. We gotta let go of the past. There is no white privilege. And the same guy that that was running for president, Ron DeSantis, is the same one talking about he didn't want critical race theory curriculum being taught, exposing their real histories and they real evils and everything that went on, and really balancing out history. He's talking about that's too woke. Now you got certain Florida schools talking about you need permission slips for students to attend a Black History event. Look here, the spat between the state and local school officials spiraled after a social media user on Monday shared a photo of a form requesting permission for students to participate and listen to a book written by an African American. The forum described the guests that could attend as, quote, fireman, doctor, or artist, but did not specify the book or the author in question. So hopefully this isn't, some fake paperwork um thing to go viral, because it's gonna make it, you know, make the real cause of oppression seem phony. But apparently somebody took a picture of a permission slip. I mean, you see two different uh look like, felts on the pen. One's darker, one's lighter. Who knows if this is legitimate or not? But does it surprise me? No, because Florida proclaims themselves to be, one of them good old states, man, that suppresses black history, that suppresses black knowledge and empowerment. So it wouldn't surprise me, you know. So here it says, I had to get permission for this or else my child would not participate. Miami-Dade County Public Schools. School sponsored activities, events, and supplemental programs. Parent legal guardian permission form. So he left the student's name out. It says activity event read aloud. Students will participate and listen to a book written by an African American. It's a little suspicious how they wrote it out by African American rather than by the author's actual name, you know, um, which is kind of suspect with the darker writing. Look like somebody, filled that in on their own. We can't tell if it's real or not. What we do know is that the suppression of knowledge and information is definitely real, especially coming out of Florida, just based upon uh, the controlled environment of knowledge that they got going on, which has been documented. So, there you go. Here's what's real though. Arizona schools for 55,000 kids exposed for trans concealment cheat sheet. Let me read that again. Arizona schools for 55,000 kids are exposed for trans concealment cheat sheet. Teachers tracked students' new names and pronouns and kept skeptical parents in the dark. Mesa Public Schools had a spreadsheet that tracked unsupportive parents. Teachers stopped moms and dads finding out about new names and pronouns. So here they are promoting and telling the kids to adopt and have new names and pronouns, learn about he, she, they, them, no more husband, wife, that type of thing. Meanwhile, we seen last week, Russia's adding nuclear preparedness as part of their curriculum. And what are they doing over here in America? Exposing and trans concealment programs and cheat sheets and hiding, keeping parents in the dark about what's going on at the schools. Taking taking the parents' rights away and kids out of homes if they don't acquiesce to them getting uh, becoming a transformer, a Decepticon. I mean, come on, man! All praises to the Most High, man. My kids is grown and out of school. For those that still got kids in the system, man, I would encourage you to research and develop a homeschool method, man, because who Lord knows what's going on in these schools right now. It's all bad, all bad. The next level of the system at hand. Look at it. Forget passwords and badges. Your body is your next security key. Biometric scanning and AI advances mean security systems could use traits from your gait to your gaze to unlock your company's building and systems. So, what's wrong with this thing? Okay, here we go. So let's look at this, man. So, people are always concerned about, the mark of the beast. Revelation 13 is going to be uh, a ch ip getting into you, or Listen, man, the so-called white man's got the technology and the deceptiveness that he doesn't have to force anything. People are going to accept the system and all of its, you know, properties and miracles and amazements and technologies out of convenience, out of the risk of not wanting to be oppressed and suppressed. Oh, look at this. Instead of posing for a photo and setting up passwords in the future, a new employee might spend a few minutes supplying biometric information, face scans, gait analyzed. So your gait is, eh, and that's interesting. You got Ciroc 19, right? It says your gaze and your gait. Yeah, what's your gait? Let's look at that before we go. So Ciroc 19. And let's go back and read. So Sirach 19:29 says, a man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. So Esau takes this, transforms this, a man being known by his look, and puts it in his carnal mind and creates facial recognition. You follow? You know, people think, oh, you know, unlock my phone, put it to my face. Oh, I can only unlock my phone to my face and my thumbprint. No, they think that that's so cool, right? Not knowing that it's just softening you up to go for the bigger system, the bigger bait when they lay it out there. That's part of the beast system and the eventual marking of you committing yourself to this beast system and selling out all your moral, all of your civil, and all of your lawful obligations as it pertains to the laws of the Most High to give it over to this beast. A man may be known by his look and one that have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. So even when you see a brother that's in the truth, he should have a look to him. That's why we see even within law, wearing your fringes or whatnot. You know, that's immediate recognition of somebody's in the truth. Man. Anytime I always and it's amazing now, it's been a little while that I've ran into somebody, but typically prepping for the Sabbath, I'm be bound to run into somebody in the truth. In the stores, on the street, somewhere, whatever. And how do we know each other? We see them fringes on each other. Oh, hey, shalom, brother. Hey, shalom, brother. Hey, who you with? Where you go? Get a little conversation going, man. You keep it moving. You know, one to have understanding by his countenance. So, you know, a brother that has a firm understanding, his countenance is going to show forth, man. You're going to know that he's either no nonsense or he's going to present himself as wise. He's going to present himself as a understanding individual. You know, then also says a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. So, you know, all the attributes that come with a man of virtue, a woman of virtue, what are your attire? Excessive laughter and gait show what he is. Now, what's the gait? A particular way or manner of moving on foot. So they're going to monitor how you walk. You know, Jay get that little bop in the step, man. You know, Jay got a different way of walking, man. We don't walk with that ruler stuck up her butts like Esau, man, and all tight. Jay get to, you know, bouncing a little bit. You know, Jay got a little lean to him when he walks. They want to be able to track that. Any other ways, such as a canter, a trot, or walk, by which a horse can move by lifting the feet in front, order, or rhythm. Something Esau don't have. So look at what they're talking about. The biometric is going to be based upon how you walk and your facial recognition. These are ways they're going to be able to identify. These are ways that they're going to be able to have that coincide with the apps in your phones, which is going to translate to the C hips. You understand what I'm saying? On your universal basic income cards. These are all ways it's going to unlock and be able to help you buy, sell, all that other stuff, right? See, the technology is going to transfer into the spirit because one is already going to submit themselves, like the scripture say, man, as a man thinketh, so is he. You thinking in the manner of the beast? You thinking in the forms of transgression and wickedness and unrighteousness? You've already marked yourself. And then it comes along with the rewards. Face scans, gait analyzed, spoken phrase recorded, and voila, your body becomes your security key. Spoken phrase recorded. You see them with the AI recordings and taking people's voices and all kind of stuff. This is all technology, man, of the beast, man. Dealing in forms of witchcraft. Biometric experts envision a seamless experience. As soon as you arrive at the parking lot, your geolocation is fed into a system from the phone that has been given to you. Oh, phone been given to you. Okay. As soon as you come through the front door, facial recognition could open the door and could also unlock your computer, says Mohammed Lazouni, the chief technology officer at Aware, a company that develops security systems to authenticate people's identities. This is the pipeline that they're trying to establish, build. This is part of the Great Reset. Everything that we talked about, we're going to keep monitoring this because the closer that these walls come in, the more they're going to start teasing everybody, throwing these things out as modes of convenience. Oh, these things are all cool. Everything's so great. And before you know it, it's going to be, oh, you must have this unless, you don't want to have access to this or that. You follow? Bloodbath at Paramount claims 800 jobs, including CBS News journalists embroiled in a controversy. Look, more layoffs. Paramount. Now, Paramount just made multi-billions of dollars. I don't even know about billions, but hundreds of millions of dollars off of them commercials and playing the Super Bowl and all of that. And right after that, they get 800 people gone. So who got all this damn money? Several CBS News reporters were caught up in layoffs at Paramount Global that claimed 800 jobs, including one who was embroiled in a high-stakes First Amendment fight and another who has reportedly weathered HR probes over his workplace behavior, the Post has learned. So a big media company laying 800 people, they're claiming financial hardships, even though they just came up hundreds of millions of dollars from airing the Super Bowl and getting all that commercial money. Imagine that. Look at this nuts, insane moment. A Florida cop opens fire on a handcuffed, unarmed suspect in his own patrol car after an acorn landed on the vehicle and he thought he'd been shot at. If y'all didn't see this video, man, go look it up. This is unbelievable. Domestic dispute going on. Young Israelite couple. Jacob stole his woman's car. She calls the cops, says he stole the car. She wants the car back. Blah blah blah. They end up arresting the Jake, putting him in the car. This goofball ass cop, man, paranoid as who know all outdoors. And you watch the video, you don't hear nothing. He's talking about shots fired, shots fired. He starts shooting up his own police car where the Jake is inside, claiming that the Jake somehow got out the cuffs, had a gun after they already frisked him, claiming that he got out and was shooting out the car. The cop says he got hit. He's rolling all on the ground. You see the dash cam rolling all over the place. The other cops are confused, like, where, what, who, what? It's right there. I'm hit. Are you all right? Yeah, I think I'm all right. I think it hit the vest. I'm all right. Meanwhile, the dude wasn't shot. Paranoid is all who knows what, man. Shot up the damn car. And it was an acorn that fell from a tree and hit his car's roof. And he goes wild. If y'all didn't see the video, man, it's on YouTube. It's on multiple news outlets, man. Just look it up if you haven't seen it. It is so ridiculous. Unbelievable. Fortunately for the brother, man, he didn't get hit. So the cop can't shoot either, but it was wild. It was wild. I'm sure some of y'all might have seen it, man. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's rolling, shots fired, shots fired. He's rolling on the ground, shooting like he's in a damn movie. Then he's talking about, I'm hit. And he's crawling on the ground. The dude mag dumped the whole damn clip. He's crawling on the ground, got the gun in one hand, his magazine in the other. He's crawling and I'm hit. And he didn't get shot. I mean, what the hell? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But y'all gotta see it. It's ridiculous. So people that's looking at, check out these little VR goggles, man. Buyer beware. People are returning them. Short vision. People are returning the Apple Vision Pro as users complain about 3 problems, including headaches. Apple does not warn. Oh, it says Apple does warn that people select that the Apple Vision Pro might aggravate some medical conditions or quote increase your risk of injury or discomfort. These include conditions such as migraines or chronic headaches, dizziness or vertigo, eye or vision conditions, psychological conditions, inner ear conditions, dry eyes, itchiness or swelling of the eyelids, infections of the eyes, eyelids, skins around the eyes, skin allergy, sensitivity, seizures, balance or gait conditions. Apple advises people to quote start using Apple Vision Pro gradually to get adjusted and take regular breaks, even if you think you don't need them. I mean, all the glitters ain't gold, man. And this is the folly that Esau got people in hooked up as wire heads walking around here, man, and then they may take them off. They're getting headaches, seizures, all kind of madness, man. So people's returning these things, and Mark Zuckerberg is jumping out the window talking about, see, get my headset, come on in the metaverse. Well, ours is way better. I think not. I'll pass. Study finds 80% of Americans are exposed to fertility lowering chemicals in Cheerios and Quaker Oats. I told y'all for years, population control is in full effect. They got infertility drugs in the water, in the foods, in the pokes in the arms, everything, man. The things that they're out there claiming is healthy, they're sabotaging those things. The peer-reviewed study published in the JESEE, the Jesse Journal, on February 15 looked at urine samples from American citizens to determine their exposure to chloride, a plant growth chemical. Exposure to the chemical can result in lower fertility and harm developing fetuses, even at doses below acceptable levels set by regulators. Let me read that again. Exposure to the chemical can result in lower fertility and harm developing fetuses, even at doses below acceptable levels set by regulators. So, in other words, this shit is not good at all. The lower levels of what the FDA says is okay is still dangerous. Pregnant women could be harming their fetuses by eating oatmeal from Quaker Oats and Cheerios as they're running around talking about, oh, these are the good, healthy cereals. Really? Researchers detected chlormequat in 80% of urine samples collected between 2017 and 2023, with a significant increase in concentrations for samples from 2023. Is Quaker Oats still in business? Have they been fined? Have they pulled Quaker Oats and Cheerios off of the shelves yet? If they haven't, you know why. The chemical was detected in 92% of oat-based foods purchased in 2023, including Quaker Oats and Cheerios, said the Environmental Working Group, EWG, which conducted the study. So it says 90% of oat-based foods, the biggest names being Quaker Oats and Cheerios, they haven't even said any of the other oat-based foods that people could be buying. People run out here buying the wheat, oat, and multi-grain breads. It could be in that. And you're spending $7 a loaf for that, thinking you're getting the best organic oats and wheat bread. Who knows? The devil is a Mickey Flicky, man. Out of 25 conventional oat products tested, 23 had detectable levels of chlormequat. 1 in 8 organic oat products had the chemical, while 2 in 9 wheat products had low concentrations of chlormequat. See? Here goes your boy right here. So, I don't want to lightly go over that, but do some more research on that. If we're not in the faith, man, that's all I can say. You ain't in the faith in these last days, man. Keeping the laws to the best of your ability, man, and fearing the Most High. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Because Esau has got everything else locked down, man. Water, food, shelter, clothes. I mean, he's out to destroy everything that he can. And we're at the top of the list. That's why Yahweh Shah said in Mark, I believe the 16th chapter, he said we're gonna be eating poison and drinking poison and living. Ezekiel 4 said we're gonna be eating our defiled bread in our captivity. You know, because there's certain elements, man, that you just can't regulate and control every dang thing. You say, well, I'm gonna make my own bread, get the wheat. The wheat could be jacked up. I'm making my own oats. The oats that you're getting could be jacked up. I mean, come on. It's just getting ridiculous at this point, man. Lock in faith, man. Lock into the law. And the faith of Yahweh Shah, man, got to carry us the rest of the way. Do our best. Methodist Church pastor accused of dealing crystal meth out of parsonage. And here he goes right here. There he goes right here, man. Like I said, it ain't just the white preachers, man. The Hispanic Catholic priests, they acting the damn fool. The white Catholic priests, they acting the fool with their father and their pedophilia and their rapes and everything else. White man over here in the Methodist Church, he's slinging meth out the trap house. And we always call it the bootleg church. We always talk about it being the modern day crack house, man. Well, maybe it's the meth house. I think crack is getting played out. I don't know too many people still smoking crack now. They've graduated to heroin and graduated up to meth and all other damn opioids. So the church is now the meth house. Interesting enough that this is a meth of this church, a meth of this church where meth is getting dealt out of. A Methodist Connecticut pastor has been accused of dealing crystal meth out of his church's parsonage, police said. Herbert Miller, 63, the Reverend of Woodbury United Methodist Church, was arrested Friday after cops were tipped off about the clergyman's alleged side gig reminiscent of the plot of Breaking Bad. The Walter White lookalike pastor was busted at the site of a purported drug deal set up by a cooperating witness who had alerted the police, the local news outlet Republican American of Waterbury reported. The church is getting desperate, man. Look at that. Cisco to lay off thousands of workers as part of a restructure of its 85,000 workforce. Some more layoffs going on, man. Cisco is planning to restructure its business, which will include laying off thousands of employees as it seeks to focus on high growth areas, according to three sources familiar with the matter. Joe Biden said everything's great. He's done an excellent job with the economy. So these thousands of employees, man, they should have him to thank, because he said this is all his doing. The San Jose, California-based networking giant has a total employee count of 84,900 as of the fiscal 2023, according to his website. So clearly, that number is going to be reduced significantly because they said thousands is going to be getting laid off. And there you have it. Another one in the books. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shai, man. It is unbelievable what's going on in the earth right now. Unbelievable. Let me see what I missed out on some of these comments, man. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, okay. I thought it was Jamal Bryant Ashar regarding the weed. I didn't want to put a name out if I wasn't for sure. But yeah, he's the one talking about he's gonna grow weed to get the youngsters in, man. He said that's what I want. I want the weed smokers. I want them in here. They can buy from me. He didn't say that, but essentially, you know how that's going. From Egypt to Israel, Yahweh Shem Yashai, Barakatah, Shalom to you. The Dry Bones channel, well, now that the IQ channel, Koa, now that that's the one, we're gonna activate that one, and we're gonna start putting some content up on there too, man. So until we get the Rumble channel. We're gonna try our luck over there at Rumble, not luck, but try our foot of faith over at Rumble. I know a lot of people aren't, too familiar with that platform. Everybody's so hooked on YouTube, but Rumble is becoming more of a popular channel where there's a lot more freedom of speech allowed and a little bit more liberty regarding community guidelines and whatnot, man. I know, there's a lot of, well, I don't know a lot, but there's a few Israelite camps who've gone over there. It's not as impactful as of yet as YouTube, but it's just another outlet. So we'll have Rumble, and in the meantime, in between time, we're probably gonna get the Dry Bones channel activated since the IQ channel is gone. What else I missed? Yeah, they definitely got them on deck by crisis actors for sure. They've even got a service called 1-800 Crowd Control. I saw this years ago where you can rent a crowd for an event. They've got um, services to where, let's say I'm an up and coming rapper or whatever, I can hire fake paparazzi to make it look like I'm somebody. I can hire like 10 people, cameras and the whole nine. They run around chasing me around in the airport, and I can be on my phone filming, saying, "Look, everybody's after me. Oh yeah, okay, we get you all." Blah, 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 blah. And that will draw interest to me, where people's going to be curious. Well, who is he? Who? Oh shoot, he must be famous. They doing all of that stuff. Let alone the crisis actors when it comes down to these shootings and situations to where everything ain't what it seems. You know. Uh, what else I missed? Was that Jake Northern Kingdom that did the shooting? Which one? I believe it was a Jake that did the shooting in the Bronx. And then I think it was two. I think it was a Northern Kingdom Jake in the Bronx, and then the one in uh, Kansas City. I think it was two younger Southern Kingdom cats who allegedly carried that out. Uh, I'm not sure about that one. CDC testing the bird flu. Not sure about that one. Gain the funds resources more deadly strain, bro. Oh yeah, for sure. I think I covered a story about a week or so ago where they were definitely in the labs testing on pigs, monkeys, and mice, various diseases, seeing how they would be transferable to humans. So yeah, they're definitely in the lab, bubbling up the next plague to infect the public. Yeah, you never know, man. What's the name? The Edomite from Kansas City, the Travis Kelsey. He put out a little tweet. Oh, tragedy, blah blah blah, man. And then they said he was at the club turning up that night, and they was like, "Hold on, you just got to talking about it was a tragedy and how bad you felt, and now you caught in the club getting drunk with Taylor Swift having fun." So was it really sincere, or what's going on? I mean, he's too dumb to even know if he was being set up or whatever. But just certain stuff, man, just become like, come on. But whether or not it was staged, I'm not gonna. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But we do know that it was going to be utilized as an opportunity. You know the phrase, man. Never let a good crisis go to waste. So they take advantage of every little opportunity that they can. Do they got little sleeper cells of Manchurian candidates lined up all over the place? Hell yeah. Are they going to get activated some this year for sure? Yes, best believe it. Just like the little 10 tribe female in the alphabet community chick down at the shop, caused a stir and shot up Joel Osteen's church. She's a schizophrenic transformer with a disabled son. She probably was promised, they was going to take care of her. Somebody going to take her son off her hands because they said she was torturing her son. She hated her little special needs kid, and who knows what they told her. If you go do this, everything's going to be all right. Well, take care of everything. You're going to be rich. There's blanks in the gun. Don't worry. She go up in there, man, twisted, man, and messed around, got herself put to death, and they're going to utilize that as opportunity to impose their will as far as control of the people, right? Police chief says something like, "This is a few bad actors." A Freudian, what they call it? A Freudian slip of actors, not apples. Huh? Whoops. Yeah, you can always catch them. They always would say something that will, tip their hand. So I don't know. I don't blame any of y'all for being skeptical, because we've been lied to so much. It's hard to take anything as true. And if anything, hold on. If anything, the scriptures tell us to be circumspect. The scriptures tell us not to be ignorant, right? Uh, so the scriptures tell us to what? Not be ignorant of any matter, anything in a small matter or a great. Let's share that one. See, Sirach 5:15 says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." So, we're not going to be ignorant of the matter. We'd be wise to do our due diligence and try to figure out what's going on, what really happened. You know, like I said, to this point right now, they said that the two suspects haven't been charged yet. Let me see. Let me see if anything's changed. Let's see. Let me switch that on. Let's see what they say. And it says, okay, so they did charge him 6 hours ago. Like I said, I seen it in the morning. Two juveniles charged in a Kansas City Chiefs parade shooting. Two juveniles facing gun-related resisting arrest charges. Who was charged with murder then? Gun-related resisting arrest. Didn't somebody die? The 10 Tribe sister that was on the TV? One person dead, 22 injured, and they only getting charged with what? Gun-related and resisting charges? Uh-oh. Something ain't right. Two suspects are not being named due to their ages, are being held on gun-related charges and resisting arrest. According to the 16th Judicial Circuit Court of Missouri Jackson Family Division Court, additional charges are expected as the investigation continues. Come on now. So they ain't getting charged with murder yet, attempted murder. Right now, it's resisting arrest and weapons charges. Really? Very interesting. Oh, before I forget, let me share this with y'all real quick, too. I made mention of it. Here's a video. Illegal Chinese migrants are the fastest growing group crossing into the U.S. from Mexico. Teachers, business owners, and more all crossing the border. Yeah, you see, she got to repeat it because what are they saying? Oh, they're coming from Mexico, Guatemala. They're coming from Colombia, Venezuela. There's nothing but these dirty, stinking third world country. What? That's all they plastering on the TV. Oh, them dirty Haitians coming over here. The Arabs. No, no, no. Fastest rising, most popular is boy. Okay. Godzilla, Godzilla, Godzilla. Ooh, yeah. Okay. That's all I'm gonna play for that. Fair use. Uh, just in case. Commentary and the playing of the video was used under fair use. All right. It was my commentary regarding the 60 Minutes news report under the Fair Use Act of 1976, Section 107. All right. But y'all see it, man. They out here playing games. They out there slandering and utilizing the plight of the Northern Kingdom for their own means and gains. Meanwhile, they're the ones over here capitalizing. Doctors, lawyers, they talk middle class Chinese coming over here, man, taking full advantage. But uh, the truth is, oh no, I couldn't hear it. No sound, huh? I wonder what happened. Let me try one more time. But under fair use, a good thing it was no sound. Let me try it one more time. Uh oh, you know what? I think I didn't hit the audio. Yeah, that was it. Okay, hold on one second. One more time. Again, this is used under fair use. Fair use. This is my commentary and criticism of the said video under the Fair Use Act 1976. All right.
Chinese. We saw large retaining or turning away people attempting to cross into the United States from Mexico. So, what's the fastest growing group among them? Chinese migrants. Yes, you heard that right, Chinese. We saw large groups, including many from the middle class, come through a 4-foot gap at the end of a border fence 60 miles east of San Diego. The illegal entryway is a new route for those hoping to live in America.
The story will continue in a moment.
Just after sunrise, we saw the first group of migrants make their way from Mexico through a gap between the 30-foot steel border fence and rocks. Ducking under a
Godzilla, Godzilla. Beef and broccoli. They coming through. But they want us to believe there's nothing but our people coming over there, man. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you know what? That's interesting too, man. I remember Elder Aladad had a coworker, man. I think he was from the Philippines or somewhere, and he was talking about how he noticed there's a lot of stray dogs around. I guess in either his neighborhood or wherever he lived at or whatever. And he was telling Aladad, he was like, "Man, you just don't know. At home, this would be good eats." Aladad was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh man, stray dogs. We snatching them things up, eating them." He could have been from the Philippines. I can't remember where he was from. But he was definitely from Cambodia, Asia, one of them Asian countries, man. I don't want to say it was in the Philippines and misquote, but he definitely told him that stray dogs was good eats. Don't let them catch 'em, you know. But there you have it, man. More lies exposed. Uh, Moab is taking advantage of the plight of the Northern Kingdom, man. So really, who's getting these cell phones? Who's getting these $1,000 gift cards? Who are they trying to get rid of? Who's coming over here getting housing vouchers? I mean, definitely Northern Kingdom is definitely getting it, but It ain't just them. It ain't just them. You know. So let's not get caught up in the northern and southern warfare of the times of Second Kings and all of the strife and the competitiveness that went on with that, because that's what they're definitely going to utilize that as a tool to divide and conquer our nation as they always have. Oh look, them Hispanics coming over taking jobs, sleeping everywhere, and then next thing you know, Jake is upset. Remember the scripture say, Ephraim isn't supposed to vex Judah, and vice versa, right? In Isaiah. So we can't fall for the okie doke because they're definitely gonna use it against us. What's interesting too is there was a damn Edomite man. She's a hosting family. She was hosting these Haitians, and she said, "Oh, I love it. It's like I got a personal chef at home and maid and all that. These niggas is coming over here turning into servants and slaves for these Edomites." Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, it's a little video out here. I know I'm going a little long, but I'm not gonna show the video, but I'm gonna show y'all the article real quick. Here we go. Look at this. This is why he saw. Oh, loves having him over, right? Woman hosting illegal migrant at her home reportedly says experience is like having a personal chef. These Edomites better something else. It's a delight and it's really fun having them, Hildebrand told the outlet. What I realize is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them. All she knows them to do is look at it. Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef as the Haitian refugee loves cooking.
Story you'll only see here on NBC 10 Boston. A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience. They're searching for shelter in the Boston area and then recently found a host home in Brookline. And now they're looking for jobs. As NBC 10's Aaron Logan reports, they say these last few weeks have been life-changing.
And it's been an emotional few weeks for Wildande Joseph and her husband. First, sleeping on the floor at Logan Airport, then in Children's Hospital.
Alegre ahora.
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta en la mañana, se dice, ay, Lisa.
In the morning, she's playing.
It's a delight. And it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef as Wildande.
Most people don't know how you can take advantage of them, how you can move them in and they can become your personal servants and cooks and mammies and taking care of the kids just like the good old days, huh? They don't know how to take advantage of them. That's really what she wanted to say. Most people don't know that you can actually make it come up on these niggas. I'm getting paid to be a host family, and they cooking, and best believe they cleaning. You seen them picking up the toys and all of that. This is the devil for you, man. This is the devil for you. But you know, it is what it is. You already know I was shy. Shalom, Karnan. Hopefully you and the family's doing well, man. Hopefully you and the family's doing well, man. Shabbat shalom. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, that's right. Put them right in the kitchen where they belong, you know? Take care of me. Oh, my own personal chef. Ain't that some stuff? You see that old, rat-haired looking witch on there talking about, most people don't know these migrants are really nice. They come in, they cook, they clean, they bow down, they worship me, they love me as their white savior. Just completely furthering on with the brainwashing, man. Unbelievable. Yeah. And remember they said over there in what was it, Connecticut, They were talking about to be a host family, and I think they, there was a little change in the little change in the deal for the host family. They would get some money. So not only is she getting some government money, they're looking at trying to get a job. And Jake Prideful, no, we won't take no money. We'll work for ours. Okay, well then you go out there and clean the yard. You go and give me some of that good food, right? Little Justin needs to be changed. Go on over there and take care of that. You dig? All praise to my brother. Yeah, man. All praise to the Most High, man. We solid, bro. We solid. But yeah, that's what's going on, y'all. So another Friday Night Lights in the books, man. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High while y'all was shot, man. If you did not catch it live, man, catch it tomorrow while you have some time on the Shabbat, man. What else you gonna do? What else you got to do, man? Unless you're gonna go be amongst a particular congregation or something like that, man. You got some time. Tap in with your brother, man. DSTM, don't shoot the messenger, man. Always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments. Don't shoot your messenger, man. Y'all be well, man. Have a blessed evening. Lord willing, man. See y'all tomorrow. Closing Shabbat class, man. Be about 3:15 Pacific Standard Time. MOTC, man. See y'all then. Lord willing. Shalom.